If you have found this video, you are searching for answers. I have a 49 Ford Shoebox. And apparently, if I can get it in frame, this door had been left open for quite a few years. And somebody had tried to close the door on it and it instantly snapped all of the door pins. This one broke off enough that you could open and close the door, but it fell off the top. And the bottom one, see how it's got that little nibble? That little nibbling was all that was holding it on the car every time I opened the door. I have tried and I have tried and I have tried to pull these bolts out, and I have done nothing but strip them out. Now, for the good news. I give you the information that I did not have. What I'm doing is I'm going in, come on, focus, with a small drill bit. I have taken my impact and a big star Phillips head, and I have kind of tried to impact them out, and it didn't work. So I'm drilling in with that small bit. I think it's a, let me look at my set. I am using I believe the 11/64 to start the hole. The 11/64 is the bit that I have in it now, and then I'll switch over to the 3/16 because I have a tap. Now, for this to work, you will have to religiously and liberally lube these bolts up for days. For about a week is what I did. I came out here every day and I would squirt some oil on these things and get them penetrated. And as you can see with the bottom one, I got them out. I busted these two, I busted this one loose, and I thought, eureka, I figured it out. Nope, not today. You're going to run into, and I imagine the top one will be the same way. These nuts are not welded on. And you can see where I drilled through them and easy outed them. I lost one of the nuts, the better one. This was the cruddier one of the two. It's a 1/2-inch wrench. And I could not get that bottom one for the life of me, so I ended up having to use a pair of small vice grips to lock on the good side of it, and I finally busted it loose. And you can see where them critters have been in there for a while. That right there, man, they were in there. And I cannot stress enough how tenderly you need to use that drill bit and keep it straight. And here's the bottom where they completely messed it up. Just had that little nibbling holding the door on. I ended up just taking one of them big pry bars and just prying it off in my little rigmarole. Just to give you an idea here, let me get over here. I just put this damn thing up. I don't know, you might be able to see it there. I made a couple of metal hooks out of a piece of 1/8-inch flat steel. and I made it to fit onto my engine hoist. And I can just bolt it in, and this rascal, I used it on my Chevy truck doors. Let me get this thing down. There you go. Just made an upside down cross and made it to where it'll bolt onto my truck, the engine hoist. And you can run that up underneath your door and it'll hold your door in place while you take it off. That worked real well on my 97 3/4 ton when I had to replace the door on it. But I cannot stress enough on how to make sure and keep that drill bit straight. Because if you break off that easy out, or you break off that drill bit inside one of those screws, I don't know if you've ever had to drill an easy out steel or a drill bit busted off in something, but it's murder. It is difficult as all get out. So make sure and lube it up while you're doing it. Don't go fast. Take your time. Just dink around and get her done. Don't forget, you got these two and these two that have a 1/2 inch nut on the back side of it. It sure feels like it anyway. I don't know, I'll find out in a little bit. But this one for sure had a 1/2 inch nut on the back of it. Well, good luck and be careful. You break off a drill bit or that easy out, you're going to be up the creek. I pray to God every time I take one of them out that I don't break it. All right, later days. Quick correction and advice. I believe is the 9/64 right there. 9/64. And let's pull the drill bit out and see which one it is. Okay, so it was these two. So 9/64 and 11/64. Those are the two I used to get that easy out in there, which it'll do that. It'll get hung up. I'm just using a nail set and tapping her back out. Now, after doing the bottoms and doing the top ones, if you're going to easy out them, I would suggest the top ones. I did not take the impact and Phillips bit to and round the heads and make a bevel in there, and I should have, because the drill bits were giving me, the smaller one went in, but the 11/64 was trying to break the tip off. So my suggestion is go in there and try to remove the screws, and when it rounds out like that, that's when your drill bits will go in just fine and dandy. But these that I did not strip out there at the top, they gave me a little bit of trouble coming out, getting that bit in. So those are the two drill bits and the advice I have on removing the doors on a 49 shoebox. I'm rebuilding my hinges. I drilled one out already, trying to see if I could get it to hang better, but then I realized that bottom one was just broke, and it was just a little tidbit holding it on. So I'm going to rebuild these hinges and put them back on. Good luck, guys. I know there's not a lot of information on these older rides, but that's how I got the door hinges off of my 49. All right, later. Good days.